What's going down, y'all? It's the Wake Up Crew. Ray G, joined as always by my man, Jay Rich, here to talk some NBA prop plays over on PRIZEPICKS for this Monday, November the 7th, 2022. Massive NBA. It's like every damn team is playing.
Every game, yeah. Every team playing tonight.
Yeah, there's a ton of games. So we're trying to find some of the best edges and some of the best plays. And be mindful, bankroll management. Don't get crazy out there. Take your plays and then chill out for the rest of the night. We got a lot of NBA season left to play, but quickly, we want to recap the plays that we discussed on the channel yesterday. Jay, another good day, man. Another good day.
Yep.
I talked about Anthony Davis, first half fantasy score. That he smashed that. He almost had that in the first quarter, and then you look at the end of the game, and you're like, what did he do in the second half? But this is why you play AD's first half fantasy score. I also touched on towards the end of the video, and under on LeBron James's first half points. I'm waiting to see what PrizePicks sets the line at. They keep throwing it out there, 13.5, 14.5. If they do it again tonight, if it's 13.5, I'm taking it under first half LeBron James points. Lauri Markkanen, his first half points, rebounds, and assists at 15.5. He cashed that. Jay, and then you were all over OG yesterday. You talked about his points. You talked about his fantasy score a little bit. Both of those crushed it last night. So a really good show yesterday, and hopefully we helped you guys win some money. So as always, we don't make you pay for picks. All that we ask is that you hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, like, tell your friends about us and what we're doing. And we got a couple of other plays that we got lined up today, so let's get into those right now.
For all the high-flying action, take a step back and relax. It's time to count that money, the NBA props. No look any further. You know what time it is. Presented by PrizePicks, NBA props. Let's
count that money, man. All right, Jay, go ahead. Start with the man at the top, man. One of the highest scores in our trend model. Talk about him.
OG Anunoby, man. Everyone knows yesterday I was tapped into that Raptors game watching the way they played against DeMar DeRozan. They had OG Anunoby lined up with them step for step pretty much the whole game. And his fantasy score cashed again. 5 straight games he's hit it. You see right here, the prop's only 34.5, a point lower than it was yesterday. He's averaging 45.1 on over the past 5 games. It's a great spot for him. You see against opposing small forwards, the Chicago Bulls are 4th in the NBA. I think this is another great spot. They keep dropping OG's lines. He was more involved in the facilitation, and I think he's going to be a smash spot again. Again, I talked about his steals. 3 in the past 4 games. He's just been getting a ton of steals. He blocked a shot yesterday. He's been money, and I think he's going to do it again tonight. Again, up against the Bulls. They are on the road. That may be why PrizePicks dropped his lines a little bit. They were in Toronto last night. They're in Chicago tonight. We'll see. Both teams on a back-to-back, so I'm not as concerned about one being on a back-to-back versus the other. I think they have the same approach. They attack the same way, and I think that OG is going to have a lot of success again tonight. Didn't shoot that well yesterday as far as I'm concerned from 3 either, so I think there is some upside, but I would still go with the fantasy score because the way that he is playing defense right now, he's literally playing like the defensive player of the year, and I think he can do the similar things he did to DeMar DeRozan last night again tonight. Now, I'm not taking DeMar's under, even though I thought about it because they did box and won him to end the game, and that's really what sealed it for the Raptors. But I think that OG's in a great spot again tonight, Ray.
All right, so we got OG's fantasy score, right? Let's go ahead and pull that up and get that on the slip. Where's it at? 34.5. And look at this, man. I mean, and he's doing it on the offensive side and the defensive side, which we like to see. So I'm with you. This is going to be a core play for me as well, Jay. I got to give you one of my core plays that's not in the model, so we have to come over here. You know me. I love those. Old GQ loves those first half plays. I need to know early, did I hit or brick? And I want to talk about Jaylen Brown's first half points. More than 11.5 points. You see he's averaging 16 over his last 5 first halves. He's 8th in the NBA in first half minutes per game with 18.2. He's averaging 10 field goal attempts and shooting 50% in the first half as well, 38% from 3. He's also getting to the line about twice per game for some free throws. He's 13th in the NBA in first half usage rate at 34.4%, which is a little bit higher, just a tick higher than Jason Tatum's. Now, this is not an easy matchup versus Memphis, but the pace of play should be conducive for Jaylen Brown to go over this 11.5 first half points. I'm rolling with it.
Yeah, Ray, I like that play a lot. And especially with how poorly the Memphis Grizzlies have played lately, they almost gagged it away to the Washington Wizards yesterday without Bradley Beal. So they're not playing very well. So I definitely am with you that there's a world where Boston does completely blow out Memphis early in this game. So I do like that one quite a bit. I know that Desmond Bane is high on our list, a guy that we both love. You have his points up here. His points and rebounds also look very good in the model. Those are plays that I've been looking at and playing for a few days. John Morant has not been playing very well. He hasn't been shooting very well, and Desmond Bane has really picked up the slack in that regard. I think against Boston, to your point about our boy Jaylen Brown, he's probably going to have to score. And I think that Desmond Bane on the other side is going to have another good game. You just see the way he's scoring, and I think he's going to have to continue it. He's been averaging, right around 27 points or so for the past 5 games, only gone under once for the last 5. Desmond Bane over 20 and a half points. And I think, what is it? The points and rebounds is 25 and a half now. Is that what I'm
25 and
seeing
a half.
correctly?
Yeah. Yeah.
Little higher than I was hoping for. 24 and a half is the number that I really like. And that's what it was yesterday. But I think both are great marks for Desmond Bane.
Yeah, he's hit this in 4 or 5. Boston, you see the matchup. It's the third best matchup against the shooting guard position. They're allowing 36.8 points per game, which is third best matchup in the NBA. Here goes some Boston defensive stats for you. They're 22nd in points allowed, 22nd in field goal percentage allowed, 29th in shooting guard defense, 23rd in three-point percentage allowed. Bane is averaging 32.6 minutes over his last 5, which is about 0.85 points per minute. And in his last 5 games, the usage rate is 28.8%, which is second on the team behind John Morant. And this is juiced to the over on DraftKings. I know it says under -120, over 110. I just looked. It is -120 on DraftKings. It's a play Jay and I both like. Desmond Bane's points more than 20 and a half. And the final play I want to talk about is Isaiah Stewart versus OKC. It's the 5th best matchup against centers for Isaiah Stewart, averaging right around 15 points per game. It's a tick under that's like 14.8. But the Oklahoma City Thunder are allowing 20.3 points per game to the center position. Isaiah Stewart's hit this in 3 of the last 5 games. He's getting about 30 minutes per game. I like, if I'm taking an over, I want those players to have about 30 minutes per game. Oklahoma City is 7th in pace of play, so should lead for Isaiah Stewart to get some buckets. So I'm going to roll with Isaiah Stewart on this one. So let me go ahead and go back to Prize Picks. Load up on some Stewart. We got Bane up there. Anybody else you want to talk about really quickly, Jay?
The only one I did want to mention as more of a flex option is Fred VanVleet. Fred VanVleet was literally the only guy that got it going for the Raptors yesterday. He scored almost 30 points. He might have even actually cracked 30. He scored at least 29, 11 assists. I like the 7.5 assists. I think it's a great number for Fred. You see what he's done early in this season, and we know that Pascal will not be playing in this matchup. And pretty much, if Fred wasn't passing the ball and facilitating at a very high level, I don't think they would have won that game. And Fred played 39 minutes, Ray, in his first game back to action after missing a couple of games. So there is potential for him to be slightly rested a little bit in this one, use the bench a little bit more. They are on back-to-back, so that is possible. But I think Fred for 7.5 is a great number. He put up 11 in 39 minutes. Even if he plays 32, I think he's good for 8 assists. You see what he's done without Pascal. Scotty will be heavily involved facilitating, but I think that Fred has been the engine and really showed that yesterday on their home floor. He's going to have to do it again tonight on the road. So I think it's another great spot for Fred to go over his 7.5 assists.
All right. The only other thing I want to talk about, and I don't know if the lines are up yet. Let's scroll to the bottom. I'm looking for my Lakers. Oh man, don't tempt me with Luka. I see Jay. Anytime I see Luka there, I'm very tempted for some first half Luka. Oh, versus Brooklyn.
Oh,
Jay,
God. What did he do to Brooklyn last time? Didn't he drop 40 on them, right? Didn't he have a 40-point triple-double on them?
He had 18 in the first half versus, oh, man. Let's we got to do it, Jay. We got to go look at it, all right? Let's just talk about old Luka. Big Doncic. I'm not going to say Big D again. Everyone got mad at me. 33 and a half points, man. He had 41.
But you can take the points, rebounds, and assists at 50 and a half. That's not bad.
That's not bad, man.
That's not bad.
I don't know.
You see, look at his. Didn't he have, how many rebounds did he have against Brooklyn? Is that on his game log there?
Let me see. At 11.
See what I'm saying? 11 rebounds.
I
probably
like
get
it,
30
man.
points.
Get Fred out of there. I kind of like Luka. I don't know what he looks like in the model, but I know Brooklyn is a plus matchup. I know that for a fact. So
big plus. Double plus.
Jay. Luka, 50 and a half. We taking it?
I think you should take it. I think it's fine. I got no problems with my man Luka. No problems. Brooklyn's just terrible, man. There's really no way around it. they're not good.
Oh man, I want
They're
to
not
clear
good.
out the model and just look. I like the Luca versus Brooklyn. But the core plays outside of Luca, we've got Isaiah Stewart more than 11.5 points, Desmond Bain more than 20.5 points, Jaylen Brown more than 11.5 first half points, and OG more than 34.5 fantasy score. Some good games on tonight. So hopefully you guys make some money with some of these plays, mix and match, take what you like, leave what you don't. Just hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, comment, let us know below who you're rocking with. And Jay, as always, if you tail, give Prize Picks hell, and if we fail, do not bail. We'll be back with more NBA picks. Got Monday Night Football tonight as well, but we got more NBA picks tomorrow. Good luck, enjoy, and good night. We are out. Peace.